You guys asked for it and you guys wanted to know about me. Well, warning if you guys are squeamish, if you guys have depression, if you guys have stress or sadness, I would recommend you don't watch this video. Because what I'm about to be telling you guys is very, 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 very dark, very, very brutal.
It was pretty deep into the earth.
Very sad, and I've had to fight and scratch and claw my whole way, my whole entire life.
Yeah. Dwarfs.
It's tough.
Now we're gonna get over there.
Mainly, I'm just gonna wait for everyone to get in here. I'm actually kind of glad I got my friend Chris right beside me, because this is gonna be one of the hardest videos for me to ever do. It's very, very emotional for me. Because no one's ever understood me. Sorry. Mainly just gonna wait for everyone to get in here.
These things don't have no guns, do they? Now it just pointed me to go straight.
Hi, welcome to My Life Movie. I'm just waiting for everyone to get in here.
And just run them down. Yes, sir. This is pretty cool. Oh, no, 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 no. That almost flipped me over upside down. Oh, I got caught on fire.
I'm good, just a little shaky, and anxiety's through the roof, but
This
I'm gonna try my
I
best.
see they built like an underground living.
I'm already trying not to cry, because this is gonna be the deepest, darkest, most painful video I'm gonna have to do. I just really hope that everyone understands and doesn't start any BS or
I liked 1 and 2. I kind of fell back on
scream at
3.
me or yell at me or call me stupid or anything, but
Yeah. Mainly
warning if you guys do have depression or stress or anger issues or
each one, the next one's just gonna be better
any
than the
mental
first
problems. This is going to be really dark,
one. But then they make
really
it-
deep.
It's like,
It's probably going to hit you right in the chest. It's haunted me my whole entire life.
yeah.
So when everybody gets in here, you guys will be able to hear the full width of how my life has actually been. really, really hard to say.
Sun and caused a...
I will tell you one thing, I've been having to talk to psychiatrists. I've been having to get a lawyer to get on Social Security.
Yeah, destroying the
I have
sun.
so many disabilities.
Destroy the whole
I'm on
system.
so many other things, including atorvastatin. If you don't know what that is, that's for high cholesterol. I'm on hydroxyzine and zetraline for anxiety and PTSD and stress and depression, and I also am a diabetic. I never knew I had it till I turned 21. I've had brain damage my whole life due to childhood trauma with my birth mom. I never really had a father. That's what I tell myself, because he was in and out of my life. He wasn't always there. He thought more about the bottle and the cigarettes and the drugs and sex a lot more than his own damn kids. My birth mom as a child, she was really messed up by her own father. She lived in a really bad part of town, and her father would sexually assault her, molest her, rape her, and beat on her mother, and she didn't do it what he said. He would do worse. Cut her, tried to shoot her, he tried to choke her to death. My mom was in and out of institutions because afterwards, after all that, she kidnapped a little girl to try to ease the pain, hoping that her father would do what he's been doing to her to the little girl. And I do not. That little girl ended up running away and finding the police, and my mom was institutionalized. This is a my life movie, man. If you don't want to hear it, then you're okay to leave the stream. But a lot of you guys will see this on YouTube. And that wasn't even a half of it. My birth dad, however, was never a good man. All this happened whenever I was like a baby, not even a year old. I never really truly had a family. Never really felt that I fit in. My birth dad was one of those guys that didn't really care about anybody else but himself. If he had a bottle of liquor or beer, some cigarettes and some drugs, he was good. He would beat my mother and call her a whore, and he'd sit there while my mom would drown me and my brother in the bathtub and leave rat poison and laundry detergent and other chemicals out on the kitchen counter so that we would grab them and drink them and hurt ourselves and kill ourselves. She would also throw plastic bread sacks in my crib so I would suffocate. I not only had to go through that, she would stick my head under the water and get me to a near drowning and beat me in the back of the head with a hammer. And then throw me in a closet with my half-brother, who would beat me unconscious and molest me. From there, I had to sleep with a child molester who, I didn't remember it, but I was molested and raped. I don't even know if I was a year old, but it sucked. I never really fit in to any group of people. I never really fit in with a lot of my friends that I used to have. I was one of the weird guys. Buck teeth, chili bowl haircut, skinny, looked really stupid and weird. Zitty face. I mean, you might as well call me Hey Arnold or something like that. I wasn't smart. I first went into school, and when I first went to school, it was kindergarten. I tried my best to fit in, but I was special ed, and my brain damage caused me to have learning disabilities that I couldn't fit in. No matter what I did, no matter what the teachers tried to do, I wasn't getting it. I pushed my way through first and second and third and fourth grade, and all those times I was being bullied. I've been called many names. People would call me Hillbilly, Bucktooth Beaver, Bugs Bunny. They would beat me up, throw sand in my mouth. They would throw me against a gate and beat me till I couldn't even get up. I would get swirlied. After they were done one time, they actually pissed on me. And the day I finally worked up the courage to fight back, I almost killed them. I had 3 bullies after me. And I managed to pretend to run away, only to make them think I was running. And I learned how to fight from a lot of my military family. And watching WWE. So I used some WWE moves on them, and I used a lot of the martial arts I learned. I beat them up. And I was the one to blame, because I was defending myself. I tried to make friends after that, and I tried to date so many women, but a lot of those women were not what you'd expect. They were two-faced. They would give you that beautiful smile, the hands running through their hair, like it was just a dream come true. Well, here's to tell you that dream was too good to be true. I was mentally, emotionally, physically, and they attempted to sexually abuse me, but it never excelled, because I managed to get away. I went through some really bad, sexually abusive, messed up shit with my brother. Did shit to me. I'd rather not say. And he did it to my sister. And I always had to be the one to fight for him. And I looked at it as I wanted to die. So I would always step in front of him and take the hits, because it didn't really mean much to me. I was already getting beat up. I was the beating post my whole entire life. I had to scratch and claw and work my way up to putting on a fake smile for the world to see, so I could fit in. But that just wasn't enough. I had started having confabulation, to where I would make up stories and say I was in the military, I knew BMX, I knew skateboarding, I knew all this stuff I didn't even know how to fucking do. Just so I could look awesome and fit in. And I lost a lot of friends just trying to fit in. But I was the wild kid that didn't know anything. I was the kid that was the ugly one no one wanted to be around. Yet when everybody I met that was ugly, including a kid that had cerebral palsy, I still remember his name, Anthony. His mouth would hang open and he'd drool over himself. I had a friend named Corey who had Down syndrome, and he would pick his nose and he would eat his boogers. Yet those are the people I would hang out with, because they didn't judge me. I never thought I could ever have normal friends. So I tried to fit in by being an idiot with the idiots. A retard, if you could say. I've been called that many times. I just had to make up so much of my life to just forget what I had been through, all the sexual abuse, all the pain and heartache. I had to lie a lot to cover it all up. It never got me any friends, and never got me anywhere. Sorry. I turned to video games because I felt they wouldn't call me stupid. They wouldn't call me names. They wouldn't treat me like shit. I felt that video games and me could actually fit in together. And that people would finally understand that I wasn't normal. No matter what I told teachers or friends or family, they never really thought anything was wrong. Until I met one of my friends named Evan. He taught me how to use a gun. The bad news about that is I tried committing suicide with that gun multiple times and chickened out. Tried hanging myself over 16 times. I popped pills 10 times. I tried holding my breath till I couldn't breathe anymore. Tried drowning myself. I kept trying to tell my family that there was problems with me, that I thought I had bipolar and was super depressed, and I always wanted people to listen and just try to understand and not just throw hate my way because I had anger problems and I didn't want to hurt anyone, and I ended up saying shit I didn't mean to a lot of people who really didn't deserve it. I've been through so much to the point to where when I was finally adopted, I even thought that the adopted family I was with was my family. They were my mom, they were my dad, they were my flesh and blood. It turned out I was adopted with my brother and my sister in the same family, into a family that had 2 daughters and a son. I felt like the black sheep in the family because no matter what I did, it was always, you were wrong, you're stupid, can't you get anything right, you idiot, you dirtbag, you bitch. I mean, I would put my fist through walls, put my foot through a wall. I broke my sister's nose because she didn't go through anything, and I felt that she deserved it because she didn't understand that she needed to feel the pain I felt. I guess you could say I went emo slash gothic. I was in a dark, deep state. Went messing with Ouija boards with friends, and even wished death upon my whole family. And summoned a demon on a Ouija board wishing death to my whole entire fucking family, including birth. I tried to sell my soul to the devil if that happened, telling him if he would just give me the recognition, if he could kill my birth mom and birth dad and my whole entire birth family and just eradicate them from the face of the earth, that I would be more than welcome to give him my soul. Even was dumb enough to wish that if he would make me a werewolf, I would do it. I had to be homeschooled after 4th grade because I wasn't doing well in school, and the teachers would always treat me horribly. I never really had any friends because I couldn't really speak normal. I couldn't say the big words. I couldn't wear the clothes they wore. I didn't have the hairstyle they had, or I didn't have tattoos or piercings, or wasn't cool enough, or I was too nice, or just, I'm just gonna say it, too fuck ugly is what they would say, and they would throw their drinks and food at me, calling me Igor, or go back to Castlevania, Frankenstein. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big guy, but even a big guy has emotional problems, and it hits hard. It hits hard. I went to doctors, was hospitalized so many times, almost died whenever I was young because both my lungs collapsed due to asthma and I didn't know I had it. I was on a bronchodilator, a inhaler, Tylenol pills, albuterol. I was on a breathalyzer. Well, not a breathalyzer, or like breathing machine, so I could breathe. And I found out that half of my brain doesn't necessarily work. 70% of my brain is struggling, and the other 30 is really good. Where do I begin with my life now? I met friends along the way that helped me through a lot of it. Like my friend Evan. I had a friend that was named Hannah Rose. She's also one of my exes, but she was mentally abusive. But she helped me a little bit through the road. She taught me to never change yourself for anybody, no matter what the circumstance. I have friends like my friend Chris, and I only met him at a GameStop. We were at midnight launches and everything, and we started walking home, and he was walking the same way, and we just ended up walking the same path, and found out we didn't live that far away. And I found out he had disabilities, just like I did. He has no immune system. He actually survived the relative to the mad cow disease, and was run over as a kid and broke his hip and his leg.
I wasn't run over, I just tripped and...
He did, basically tripped and...
in the kitchen and slid across the floor until I smashed my...
I felt that I could fit in with him because he understood what I was going through. Like, he could understand why I was so mad and screaming and always yelling and just punching walls and breaking shit all over the house. Just, I wanted people to understand me and tell me everything was going to be okay, but I never, ever got that. I never even got a thank you for everything I've ever done, except for from my friend Chris. I never really had any motivation for any job. Even if I had a job, I was worthless in my family's eyes because I never had enough for them. Never had enough money in their eyes to be good enough. Could never do enough to make them happy. And I felt so bad because I would yell at my mom and scream at her and just angry, furious, pissed off. She didn't deserve any of it. Yet, it was the only thing I could do to get my dad to listen. Yeah, he would take it the wrong way. He was a military man, and he's too stubborn to listen. He likes everything short and sweet. If it's a long story, he doesn't want to hear it. And I'm just still mad at him to this day. Because ever since I was on had diabetes, and all these disabilities, he's looked at me as, I love you, I'll pay for your diabetic supplies, I'll pay for your pills you need, I'll pay for everything, but I'll never give you an I love you or a hug or a thank you. And my mom is too scared to stick up to him because he's a big guy. I've gotten up in his face and almost got into a fist fight, and I chickened out. And I was called the bitch, the wussy, the pussy, you name it. And I was thrown under the bus every time by a lot of my friends because they would choose my brother, who molested and raped me when I was around 15. I'm not going to say any names. I had a sister who, my brother, same brother who did that, held me down, and she tried to rape me. And I ran to my mom and dad and told them, Mom, this is happening. I'm scared, I don't know what to do. And they just thought I was a liar. I was just trying to get attention. After those times, I had overdosed a lot of times trying to kill myself, and it never worked. I always asked to be left to the answer why. Why am I still here? I tried hanging myself, and I would always find myself in a predicament as, well,
It's time.
what do I do now? Because I'm just hanging here with a rope around my neck, and I'm not dead.
I know, buddy.
Uh,
It's time.
I tried throwing myself down my own stairs.
Buddy, it's
I
okay.
I tried jumping 45 feet off a building.
It's okay, buddy.
I tried jumping in front of a truck when I worked for Walmart.
Okay, buddy.
And I almost died, but fuck it, I didn't. I stuck my head underwater and stuck a bag over my head, trying to suffocate myself to death, and that didn't work. Sorry. It's just a lot. After all that, when I turned 22, I had already been...
Just a second, buddy.
I had been through over 20 relationships, and all of them were abusive. I was used for my kindness, my money I had. I was
Easy, buddy. Easy.
basically molested. And if I tried to talk to any other girl, I would get beat. I would get punched. I would be hit in the balls. I would be thrown against the wall. I would have a bat hit me in the face. I'd have broken ribs, a broken finger, broken neck. Got my left elbow dislocated over nine times just for trying to speak out about what was going on. Even at birth, I had almost died because my mom was on drugs and she was drinking. And she would throw herself downstairs. She would punch her stomach. She would jump as high as she could in the air and land on her stomach. And she never wanted us. She looked at us as trash to just throw away. I turned 18 and moved back to Texas in the house I had grown up in. Only to find out when I turned 18, my birth dad wanted to see me, and my brother and my sister. Let me tell you, I'm truly terrified of that man, and I'm 27 now. If only you could see the picture of my birth dad and my birth mom. It had nothing on Freddie and Jason. They were motherfucking scary. I couldn't even look at the picture without crying. I couldn't even look my own self in a mirror without seeing my dad's face on mine. Because I bear his resemblance. And I hate it every day. My adopting dad, he's never understood me. My mom's always been scared of him, and ever since I found out I had PTSD, anxiety, depression, stress, confabulation. If you guys don't know what confabulation is, I have memories that are not my own, even from dead people or past tense things that had happened that would flood my brain. Like, I would say I was in the Marines and I was a special ops sniper in Bokeda, Iraq, and I shot a family. I would say I was an awesome skateboarder. I was sponsored, and I had all these things that I truly didn't have. I would say, oh, I served in the military for 3 years. Oh, I did this. I made that. Oh, yeah, I know that. I helped make that. Oh, I worked for Treyarch. Or that aliens were around. I mean, I felt insane. I felt that the world would be better off without a piece of shit like me in it. And I kept telling myself that you're nothing but a piece of shit. You should kill yourself. And everyone's right. You'd be better off gone. That no one cares. What's one dead friend? They got plenty. I would cry myself to sleep, and I would never tell anybody about it. I took to stealing cigarettes and smoking and drinking, and I finally went to go see my birth dad, and we got into marijuana, and I went down some dark roads. I hurt people I shouldn't have. Now I've gained weight from the pills I've taken, and I hate looking at myself in the mirror. Because I wanted to be that strong guy for my dad. I wanted to be like my brother Daniel, that he would look up to and be like, yeah, there's my strong man, there's my strong boy. Oh, yeah, the big guy, here he comes. I never got that. I lifted weights at 6 years old all the way up to the age I am now, and I was fit. I had the six-pack. I had the muscles. It didn't matter to my dad. I was trying to just chisel myself into something he could actually appreciate. But he's only paying the bills because he has to. And he'd make jokes like, oh, you know, if you die, I get $25,000. He'd think it would be funny, but he didn't know I would take that seriously. My brother and sister would just tell me, you're fine, just rub it off. It's no big deal. Why are you sweating? Why are you shaking? And as a kid, I would have seizures. If I felt too overwhelmed, I should have died because I had over 9. I almost went into an epileptic coma. Now in these days, I turn to video games and I watch Beautiful Queen when she did her live video, and all these other people doing their live videos. The one that stood out the most is Beautiful Queen because I felt like I could relate. If you guys would like to check out that video, it's Beautiful Queen at youtube.com. It's her life movie. It's depressing. It's really sad. It hits you in the heart. But now in these days, I turn to video games and just trying to have friends on the internet. I tried even having all these relationships on the internet with girls, and thought it would be better to have a long distance because no girl here would ever want to be with me.
I'm going down to Griffin's.
And yes, Thomas is actually one of my friends, Thomas Tomichko. I met Beautiful Queen through YouTube, and I started watching her videos thinking, you know, this is someone I could relate to. The pain just got worse until she finally did her live video. It hit me. It hit me deeply. Because I finally felt like I wasn't alone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was the hardest thing for me to watch because it made me feel like I could fit in for once with somebody who could understand. It made me feel like I could relate. I've told my family multiple times. As a child, I went through a lot of abuse, you guys said, but when you guys aren't listening to me or wanting to hear what I'm going through, or you guys won't even give me an I love you or a hug or an I'm sorry that happened, because when I was raped by my brother, all that happened was my dad just told him, you shouldn't do that. Gave him a slap on the hand. I'm sorry to say this is pretty graphic. I got butt fucked by my own brother in the ass. I got touched and molested by my own sister. And when I finally thought the abuse would stop, it kept happening with all my exes. And then it happened when I worked for Walmart. Went into the men's bathroom and I had a knife at my throat with a black man that tried to blow me. Let's put it that way. He tried to suck my dick and kiss his chest and tried to get me to suck his dick. That was the first time I ever truly found my real strength, because I beat the holy shit out of him. I broke the mirrors, the sink, the stall, the actual toilets. I threw them all over the place and didn't know what was going on. And when it came to, he was almost dead. If you guys truly knew me, I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet, but I am afraid every day of what I could do. So I talked to a psychiatrist, and she's no better. She just throws drugs my way and says, here, this will help. Not knowing that all the drugs would only make me so drowsy I couldn't even function. Couldn't even talk straight. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering because I'm scared. I I stutter a lot due to some of the abuse. I can't read right. I can't write right. I can't do anything related to school right. Can't hold jobs because I'm a very sensitive guy. Things actually hurt me a lot more than you think. I threw myself in front of a truck whenever I was working for Walmart because I was being cyberbullied for 6 years. I was part of a team on YouTube and no one ever truly asked me what was going on. I found out two of the people in the group I was doing YouTube with that were cyberbullying me. Friends I thought I could trust. That I thought were my bro. All turned their backs on me. And I was left in a heap of my own mess. Let's put it that way. Blood, sweat, tears. And I got nowhere. So I left the group and I changed myself from Deltamatic to Phoenix Asunder because Asunder is to lose anything and everything about yourself, everything you've held dear, everything you've loved, anything you've ever wanted, anything you thought you could do is erased and taken from you, and you are worthless. You're nothing. You're just like like you're just another grain of sand to the ocean. You're no big deal. But what does a phoenix do when it goes through that? It shows you, and I'm sorry for the language you're about to hear, but it shows you, motherfucker, you throw whatever the shit you want to at me, I am not going anywhere. And if you have feelings like I do, guys, if you have problems, if you have mental issues, you have body issues, if people are being body shamed, bullied, anything, you are at home when you are on my channel. You are family. You are part of the Phoenix Asunder crew, or as we call it, the pack. You're family for life, and I will always have your back, because no one else ever had mine. But true story is that I had to lie a lot. I was never a normal child. I couldn't speak. People would call me retarded, mentally challenged, special ed, piece of shit, bastard. They'd call me a fatherless little twat. They would throw rocks at me, throw sand in my mouth, and anyone and everyone that thought were my bros or friends or anything would only turn their back on me and beat me, only to get to my brother so they could be friends with him. And now three of my friends that I thought were my bros, they work with them. And every time they come over, I feel like I should just isolate myself in my room because I have problems. They don't want to deal with my drama. They don't want to deal with my shit. And I told them this, and Their excuse was, well, we work with the guy. We've had a long day at work. We're frustrated. We're tired. Not the real thing that I'm seeing is just, oh, I see, because he doesn't have problems, you want to be hanging out with him, and you just want to throw me under the bus like everyone else did. Okay, and I see what you're doing here. Thanks, man. I'm gonna go cry in the corner. People would always call me a whiny, cry bitch, because I would cry so much, because no one could ever understand how painful it is to be me, how much it hurts to strive to do better and better and better, but you can't even take your own blood sugar because your stupid ass brain doesn't want to comprehend the fact that, oh, you took the insulin, oh, you forgot your blood sugar. No one ever wanted to truly take the time with me. They just... They was just like everyone else. Oh, I'll be your friend, and then behind closed doors, oh, I don't like Gary. He lies a lot. He says things that aren't true. He cries, he bitches, he whines, he moans. He gets angry too easily. He's got anxiety, so he can't go anywhere fun. We can't go see bands. So a lot of my friends turned their backs on me because of that, because I hate big crowds. Who the fuck does that? It's a little thing. It's so fucking little. And I'm always the one being left out. I drank on family trips when we went to Florida and stuff like that, only to ease the pain. It never helped. I asked for multiple different pills. It never helped until I talked to a psychiatrist and MHMR, and a lot of the reasons why I didn't want to check my blood sugar and everything is because truly deep down inside, I've wanted to die since I was a baby. Since I was 15 years old and my brother did what he did. Since everyone just abused me, I've wanted to die. But I do this YouTube channel because of you guys. Because you guys are there. You guys don't give a fuck about what I've been through or who I am or how I am or how I talk, how my personality is, or my name, my age. You guys just motivate me to do so much more and give so much love when I know I don't deserve it. But deep down inside, I thank you guys. You guys are the #1 family I've had since starting this channel. And I hope this channel is able to go higher and higher and higher to meet what's expected and hit that peak that we've been striving for, which is 1,000. I'd be happy at just 100. Hitting that first 100 is going to be big for me, because I've tried to make everyone else happy before I try to make myself happy. And I'm trying my best, guys. But there's a lot I'm going through, and I'm glad that a lot of you have stuck around and still been here, not left like all the rest, and showed me that, look, man, we don't care about that. We just love how you play games, how happy you get. Well, here's the dark side of me. And without you guys, I would have probably never been alive. I would have probably died from suicide or gunshot or pissing off the wrong person just because I wanted to get shot, or hanging or overdosing. You guys were the number one thing that stopped me from having those thoughts. And I've learned to love myself the way I am and not give a damn what people think. But that doesn't any less make it not hurt. Because you still have every single time when it pops back into your head that you remember where you came from and what you've been through and how far you've come. I am so happy on how far my life has come from where it used to be. Of course, I feel like a lab rat because they're just throwing drugs at me and saying, "Here, hope it sticks." Well, I didn't know I was a drywall full of your Play-Doh that you're throwing at me. But people have been trying to tell me I could work, and my last job put the nail in the coffin for that for me, because I had a guy that constantly wanted to switch shifts with me, and I was working for BJ's Brewhouse as a service assistant. And all I remembered was that I had told him, "Fuck you, I'm fucking tired, I want to go to fuck home, stop fucking tapping on my shoulder or shit's gonna get real." And they told me I had blacked out and threatened to kill him, everyone in the restaurant, the manager, that I was gonna come in there with a gun or a bomb and blow myself up and take everyone with me. Because no one will ever understand the pain I've been through, and they're just adding on to it, so you deserve to fucking die. The cowardly thing about me is that I'll say I'll do all that, but I've never gone through with it. Because I know if I did it, it wouldn't only hurt my family, my friends, but I would lose the best subscriber base I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And you guys are what motivate me. You guys are what I strive to keep doing this for. Sure, I'm not the best video editor. I don't put in my intros or my outros. I don't have my own custom music. I don't do PC. I don't have Xbox One. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not like Vanoss or H2O Delirious or PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or fucking bitch boy Pauls. Man, fuck the Pauls. 100% to you, Deji Gaming and KSI. I agree with you. Fuck the Pauls. Honestly, I look at it as that Logan Paul wouldn't be able to hit a feather if it flew in front of his face from a fucking fart from a freaking God's asshole. He wouldn't be able to hit that. But you put Logan Paul in a ring against a guy like me, shit's gonna go down.
Because I'm going to use everything I've been through, everything I have had happen to me in my childhood. I'm going to bottle it all up into one fucking punch. First round. And I'm going to lay it across that face so hard, you're going to be kissing the stars. Because when it comes to me, having you guys and all this fan base that actually like me and think I'm cool and are always here and are there for me, it means a lot. I never thought it could make an impact on anyone's life or make anyone happy. That's what I strive to do, because I think I'm one of the guys that used to be so social, and I'm still outgoing and everything. And I would always talk to complete strangers, give them food, give them money, give them clothes, and how I got anxiety to the point where I can't even talk to. I can talk to a stranger, but I pick and choose who I want to talk to, who I feel is okay to talk to, who I think in my head is, oh, if I say this, it's not like he's gonna hurt me, or oh, if I say hi, he's not gonna yell at me. Because I'm telling you, with all the abuse I have, you could raise your hand and I'd get really skittish and just cringe like you're about to hit me, and you'd look at me like, dude, whoa, what's going on? When you've been hit and abused and sexually assaulted and molested and raped and never had a good childhood, you tend to get really scared when someone raises their hand or their voice, or you hear even just the snap of a leather belt crack. You get scared. But to my whole entire subscriber base, to Antoine Hood Jr., shout out to you. To Thomas Temechko, shout out to you. And to Beautiful Queen, you can check out her My Life video at beautiful dash queen youtube.com. She has a My Life video. Sure, she didn't go through as much as I did, but trust me, if you were here and then you watch her video, you could see that we can definitely relate. I'm still single, and the best thing I can say that I'm still proud of myself is I'm a virgin. I've been able to keep those two, well, one of the best things in my life, which is I've never given myself to anyone, because I never thought I was worth it. That I'd just be a burden with all the disabilities I have. That with Social Security, they would only just ruin my chances of having a relationship. And all because I have all these. My dad doesn't even look at me the same. I mean, my adopting dad. My birth dad, I don't know where he is. He's probably dead. My birth mom's probably on the road being some hooker for a pimp. She's that crazy. They were so mean to me. They were very mean. My dad would... My adopting dad always would yell and scream, and he'd grab me by my shirt and pick me up and pin me against the wall. It was scared the hell out of me. He never hit me. He was just teaching me discipline. He would spank me with a leather belt, though, and that frightened the hell out of me. I went to piercings and stuff like that, and I got my first tattoo at 19, and I got kicked out of the house for 2 months in the back, like, acre lot in a tent. No food, no water, no bathroom. I had to fend for myself. Scrounging up change, and my mom was so sweet. She came outside with a TV and my Xbox, and she's always been there for me, because she calls me her little boy, her littlest boy, because I was a preemie, 3 pounds 3 ounces. I should have died at birth, or I was in the NICU. My birth mom tried to constantly go in there, and she would lie, saying, "We have a $3,000 nursery, oh, $4,000, oh, $2,000. You only make up stuff so that one person could sneak up in there and grab me out of the NICU, and there were babies with tumors and absolutely sick, and I was so susceptible to the point where if I even got a little bit of something, they said I was a hair away from death." But goes to show you guys, I'm like a phoenix. I fight forever. I fight for you guys. I fight for this channel, and I fight to live. And guys, I am not going anywhere as long as I have a backup, and I have my fans, and I have my friends, and I have people I know that are there for me, that will empower me to do better, to make better videos, and just go all out, put it all into it, and just love it for what it is. If I didn't have you guys, I don't know where I would be today. Probably in a coffin. So from the bottom of my heart, to you, beautiful queen, to Antoine Hood Jr., to Thomas Tomichko, to Adam, to Eulicria, to Sam Fisher, to my brother who had said sorry for all the things he did to me, to my sister, my mother, my other 2 sisters, Sarah and Liz, my brother Daniel, just so on and so forth, all you guys, to everyone who's actually stuck around, thank you. I do this for you guys because you guys don't know how much of an impact you make on my heart. Every single time I see that number go up, my heart just skips a beat, and I smile, because I know I'm liked. But to everyone out there, that was my life video. I hope you guys liked the video. And always remember, guys, stay cool, keep fresh, and keep on gaming. And be yourself, no matter what anyone says. Be you, and do you, and live life to the fullest, no matter what anyone says. You be yourself, and don't you ever change. Thank you, guys. Peace.